Thanks for coming. I hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves so far. You've enjoyed all our amazing speakers and the lineup. Who was here yesterday amongst you guys? Oh, so that means we have new people. Please tell them what that they missed. You people missed though. All the people that were not here yesterday, you missed plenty fun. But I'm glad that today we have all pretty my Vector and everyone else that led a blessing, they brought a lot of fun too. So I don't want to talk too much and I don't want to take too much of your time. And I'm not really a person, I'm more of an action person. But for me, this masterclass, I started out the masterclass not only to teach, more of empowering, because I realized in my field it's been so hard for me as an entrepreneur. When I started out, people literally mocked me, and that's the truth. I started out when I was in Unilag, 16. Even when I tell my story, a lot of people don't say it's like because they know me. A few people that went to Unilag with me, I was amongst that. I said, they went to Unilag with me, Tokema Kwali, AKG, love people. So they knew I had shops. At 17, 18, I already had 3 shops in Unilag because I grew up in business. My mom, my grandma, they all, were running several businesses. And what you see is what you learn. That's why I'm always careful, what I show my kids. What you see your parents doing is what you have passion for, is what you grow into. If your father is useless, you grow up useless. And that's the truth. If your mother is doing something, there's no way you won't pick from those bad habits. It now depends on you as a child by yourself to actually turn things around for yourself and say, you know what, this is bad for me. But you might not know better because you might be too young. But so I was quite lucky, to have been born into a family of business moguls that were so. At 9, I was already folding material in my mommy's shop in Yaba, Oshodi. I used to think she was suffering me that time, but everything paid off at the end of the day. At 16, when I got into school, I'd already left home because they were just too strict for me. I was like the black sheep of my family. Sorry, my leg is hurting and I have a very bad back pain, so I have to sit down for a while. So, when you are like the black sheep of your family and everybody is always against everything you want to do, and it's only your mom that will tell you that, okay, this is what you want to do today. You want to go to makeup school? Go. After 1 month, you want to go to hair school? Go. After an hour, I want to start selling meat pie. She still came. That there was nothing I wanted to do that she said no to. And this was able to shake me up. If I start talking about my story, it will never end. But I can assure you and tell you that I didn't just start now. I started when I was very young. I'm sure most of you here, you would have had various passions for various things that you did not have money to do, or you didn't have people to mentor you or people to advise you, or you're in school, you're distracted, you'll be like, oh, I have to focus on my school. Yeah, I've already started making money while I was in school. Even my mom didn't know. When I started food and nutrition in school, my mom wanted me to read agric. And I went to her, I said, Mommy, food and nutrition, they say we'll bring in this money for practical every weekend. She was like, it's a waste of money, I can teach you how to cook at home. Because my mom had a catering business as well, and she owned an hotel as well then. So I didn't tell her my pocket money one way or the other, I would save this. So I did the food and nutrition while I was in secondary school training. She didn't know. And from the food and nutrition classes, we would bake cake, meat pie. And there was this woman downstairs in my mom's store. She had a small show glass. So I approached her, I said, Auntie, I want to be putting my cake and things here and be selling, but I don't want my mommy to know. And she agreed, so she used to give me money. I would save it, buy my ingredients, do it again. So it took a long time before my mom actually knew that I was the owner of the buns and all those things downstairs, and she was kind of proud of me. And when we did SS3, there's this final year exam that you do, and schools compete, and I was the best, and they put me in newspaper, and someone brought the newspaper to my mom and said, your child won. They gave me a gas cooker and some things, and said, your child won overall competition for food and nutrition, WAEC, blah, blah. She was like, mommy, yes, that's my daughter. I'm like, but you didn't want me to do this food and nutrition, and for now, you're proud of it. So there are some people that you have so much ideas, you have big ideas, and they might shut you down, they might not even, that's, literally my dad is very strict. I don't know, maybe because they call him Babolopa. I'm sure a few people know my history here, and every time I tell people that, oh, I'm from a region, I have this, which I don't like saying because they feel, oh, if she's from religion, that means she got everything easy. No, nobody gave me anything. Even I felt it's even a burden for rich kids because it's like a stigma. People look at them like, you get everything easy. So every hard work you do, they give credit to your family. And they look at me like, oh, Tiana, our granddad, former commissioner for police in Lagos, our granddad from my mom was the first minister of works in Nigeria. Grandma is an Oba from Toyin Lawani, Babalola, so she has everything. Well, no, I don't. Those people want to rule your life. They want to tell you, we are doing it to our kids right now, but I'm not doing it to my kids. I want you to choose what you want to do. If my son comes with a song I want to sing with all the school, I said, hey, I'll support you, do it. Anything you want to do, I'll support you. But you guys know that then, these people literally plan your life from when you are a baby. They want you to be a lawyer, oh mommy, no, she has to be this, she has to be that, no. And I think I was the only person that refused and said, you know what? And I could not refuse. That time you cannot even stand in front of your parents and talk. It's slap they will give you. When you're even talking to them, you have to put your hands on it. But so what I did was I just ran away from home. I was tired, I was living with friends were feeding me. I know a lot of friends that would say, take credit to them and say, I told you live with me. I was living around. And when I got into Unilag, well, it's just that I was not a distracted kid. I knew exactly what I want and I went for it. And my mom used to send us abroad, I would save the money. Then that was the money I used to open my shop. I started my first shop in Unilag with 100,000 naira. And that first store, I'm sure you're seeing owing me Indomie and sardine from my supermarkets when we're in Unilag.
I collect on bread.
So, you know, what the mistake people are making now, everybody wants to be a designer, everybody wants to be an hairstylist, everybody wants to be a makeup artist. What about the passion? What about your passion? And what about what the market is lacking? Then, in Unilag, all 36, there was nobody selling food, no supermarket, no hairstylist, no phone shop, no boutique. And I was in that hostel, and we used to climb up a hill to go and buy food stuff every time, walk all the way to Akoka, walk back to Ajayi Street. And it was a very, very high hill. And I told myself one day that, you know what? There's an empty space here. I need to talk to the owner of this space and collect the shop. So I went to talk to the person. The person said, if I bring my mother, they'll give me the shop. I went to give one old woman money in that area, planned and told the woman to say she's my mother. I took that shop. That small shop, if you know how, like 4x4, very small shop. I was doing supermarkets inside, hairstyling, phone call, credit, recharge card. I was the only person doing that in that hostel. So it became a need because food is necessity, clothing is necessity, people, phone call was necessity. The people who do these things, and I got one small sales girl that was doing these things for me. So at this age and time, in Unilag, I was already using, I had a bulk, I had cars that I bought for myself that I could not take home, that my parents did not know that I had car. The day my dad even found out I had car, they came to bust me in school and brought police. I jumped first. Like, you know, Yoruba, the kind of family, especially when it's a royal family and a strict family with police and strict rules, you have to be careful because you collect. So I lived in fear while growing up, while doing things I wish I could do. You know, the last straw was when I went home and my dad said, you know what, I've disowned you because you chose not to listen. We told you. I was going to Upper Benson at the same time while I was attending Unilag. So I would go to Unilag English, go to Upper Benson in the afternoon, go and do we'll stand in Yaba. Upper Benson will tell us we are doing school. They will say we should go to Yaba market and stand there and say, Auntie, do you want to do your hair? Auntie, do you want to do your hair? We'll carry them from the school and use them for free practical. There's one that came one day, we dyed her hair. She lost half of all her hair. She was crying like this, that auntie. I can never forget how we use that for practical and put by dye. So I've been through process of hustle. If you had seen my first reality show with Moabudu on Ebony Light TV, Tiana's Empire, she called it the real queen of hustle. When I wanted to start Tiana's Empire, it was challenges. I was first in BI, and I had my restaurant amala.com was in Oniru. My tailoring was in my BQ, my house. So I'll wake up, take my kids to school, go and sew with my tailors, go to the restaurant in the afternoon, go to my spa, barbing salon, nails. a boutique in VI. So by the time I'll go to these 3 places, I had lost money. At times I'll get to my salon, my girls will tell me they did not sell anything. And I found out the day I planned with someone to go and buy something from my store. I went there, they said they didn't sell anything. I called the girls to come, 100,000 naira. My staff told me they did not sell anything. We're using receipt, they will cut my receipts from the middle. I now found out that the numbers were, it wasn't digital then, were not tallying. As a business person, if you have so many things you're doing and your hands are in a lot of pies and you don't have so many managers, you eventually fall. Being a serial entrepreneur is not easy. You have to be everywhere. Right now I'm at this show, I have various groups on my phone. My business is running, but I have to still focus and make sure my eyes are in the business. If you know what the market is lacking, you do it differently. There's nothing you start now that there's no competition for. When I started styling, I can tell you that nobody was styling in Nigeria. Only few of us, I, Esle, Sinkata, and Ebon, I think she was working in complete fashion, she's abroad now. Those were the few. There was nothing called styling. So we started the styling game. Yes, there was fashion, there were designers then. But styling game is easy. So the more you start something, the more you see other people attracted to it, want to build something out of it, and that's something good. You let people emulate your footstep. You know, when you wake up and you say, I'm the king of fashion. Being the king of fashion, you have to show that you are the king of fashion. You have to be different. Look at these people that sell trainers, Jordans. Jordans call themselves king of trainers. Go and find out about them. Jordans call themselves king of trainers. Nike has been around before Jordans, Reebok, all these people. But if you want to brand yourself, you want to stand out, you have to call yourself something very distinctive that your craft can match. If you say, I'm the king of losers, you are the king of losers. If you say, I'm the king of women, you are the king of women. If you say you are the king of all points, you are the king of all points. If you say, I'm the biggest mogul of our time, you are the business mogul of your time. It is what you say you are that people will believe in that you are, and you showcase it every day. So if you don't believe in yourself, don't hype yourself. Who wants to hype yourself for you? You have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your #1 cheerleader. That when you are talking about yourself like this, everybody will listen. When you enter a room, everybody will turn and look. You enter there with so much confidence that nobody can take away from you. If you want to know how I made it this far, I made it this far by hyping myself. And not only hyping myself, matching up to my hype. It's called bragging rights. There are lots of people that will tell you, oh, I do this, I do that. Test them with the craft. They fail. You are not a good leader if you cannot do everything you say you can do. Even if you have staff that can do it and you employ them and you say you are doing those things, it's still a shame. Because one day someone will disappoint you. One of my staff disappointed one of my bride one day. The guy just started working with us and I said, okay, fine, make the hair, I'll meet you guys on set, I'll style her in a wedding gown. My bride started crying, calling, they messed up her hair, messed up her makeup. I even posted the proof online one day. Messed up her makeup. I got there, she was like, Toyin, you want to ruin my wedding, it's my day, why did you do this to me? And it was already 10, she was meant to be, I'm like, auntie, do you believe that I can sort this out? She said, there's nothing you can do. This guy messed up my hair. The guy put ori in this woman's hair and started tonguing it. The hair was frying. I'm like, what's this? Like, didn't you guys try? Someone just said the guy is good. Come and start working for Tiana's salon. The manager took him, they didn't even try him out and gave him bridal hair. Just because someone show you a CV that I can do this thing does not mean that they can do it. There are too many liars out there. I had to wash this woman's hair, blow dried it, got a big bun, packed it to a bun, did baby hair for her, touched her makeup, cleaned everything, did it over. She was like, so you can make bridal hair, Tiana. I'm like, I went to hair school in Korea. So there's nothing that you say you are doing. If you don't train yourself at those things, you will need those skills one day. Someone will fail you. Around December one time, 10 of my tailors left, 10. And the mistake I made was because I let one tailor bring so many tailors for me. If you let one person feed you, the person will starve. So the day I had issues with that person, he walked out with 10 of them and I'd already trained them for 3 years. So they left my business in shambles. That was the day that I knew that I could actually cut pattern. I cut, I sat on machine. I don't like sewing. I started sewing. I made shoes. It was just me and one of my staff, Ara. We sat down, around December. Can you remember one white dress I made for you for Eloy? Remember I told you I made it, I sewed that down by myself. These tailors left me. I had to look for the most simple gown to make for Yabo, for Ilo Award. So many clients were calling me. I was sleeping on the floor in my office. A lot of people see this, outlook. Oh, Tiana, oh, she will even not be taking care. I'm at this show too. My kids are here. My baby is here. My daughter is here with me. She's crying. She wants my attention. When I leave people, I will have to go and feed her. At times we are on Real Housewives set shooting. I have to enter somewhere to go and breastfeed my child. But when you people watch 2 minutes clip, you just see boss women, badass, bitches, comment. Oh no, they don't breastfeed. They don't do no work. They don't do. It's a lie. It's not easy. Don't let anybody. It's not even easy for all of us that are here. Don't let anybody tell you that it's easy. You go to Yabo's place at night. You are seeing her. She's doing karaoke. She tells you that she like karaoke. She has to do the karaoke because she has to entertain her clients. And most of those clients, it is us that they want to see. It's not your staff they want to see. They are coming to patronize you and spend their money because you are in that compound because of your presence. When we are not home, you cannot, even if your business is running, people want your touch, they want your presence. That's what they are paying for. There were times that I worked for free for magazines. I was a creative editor for almost 2 years. I was working for free. People would call me and buy those newspapers, those magazines. Then what is social media? We started business when there was no social media. I tell people all the time, see, your offline market has to be as good as your online market. It's not only online. Okay, let's say today now they now take away Instagram. Some people will not have any life anymore. Mount has finished. Because there's nothing to sustain you. You have not built that physical brand for yourself that somebody can just walk into your place and say, I saw this thing, I just want to buy from your window and bring more. I've seen someone that came to spend 5,000 naira in my place and brought me customer that paid me 10 million naira. I didn't believe it. Some people look down on people and treat them so bad. If anybody is spending 500 naira in your business, treat them the same way as treating the celebrities and people that spend 5 million naira in your place. Don't look down on them. The reason why I wrote my book, I don't know if you guys know about my book, How to Be Unstoppable, the Business Moguls Guide, is about business. It's about the mistakes I made when I wanted to start. I had this big dream that, all my businesses are scattered, they're eating my money. I want to put Tiana's empire under a roof. And I found somewhere so beautiful at Pulau Shibo, rented 2 big buildings, broke it together, put in all my businesses there. And everybody said, okay. And everybody said, oh, Tiana, this place is too big, you won't be able to do it. And I told one of my aunties, follow me, let's go and see this building. I really want to do this. This woman killed my dreams. She killed my joy. She said, this place, I don't think you can do it. Why are you trying? Are you trying to show off? Why are you doing this? If you go and look at her business today, she's not even in the market anymore. Now she's sending me messages, promote my brand. If I had listened to her, do you think I would have taken that bold step to build Tiana's empire up today? Then everybody told me, you're doing too much. How many business do you want to do? Mecca just told you I directed this video, Shiga. A lot of people don't even know I direct videos. They don't know I coordinate big events, weddings, so many things. But your business must be able to run without you being involved 247. If there are some things, if they can't run by themselves, then you will crash. You have to have a system in place. You have to have things in place. Few of you here are designers, and I'm sure that's why you love me. You love my craft and things I do it different. But I can tell you today that being different cannot get you so far. There are those of people that have talent. You can have talent, but somebody will have madness more than you and just do one stupid thing and start trending all over the place. And you look at the person is talentless. Or you that you have talent, you are tagging people, they are not seeing you. You have to be ruthless, you have to be different. You have to know how to do crazy things and tag the right audience. One day you'll be lucky, somebody will see it and pick it up. Guys, I can't talk too much, we really have to go now. But with the little I've said, go and grab my book, Be Unstoppable, the Business Moguls Guide. You would learn everything you did there. I wrote all my mistakes, all my flaws. It's not a perfect book, but at least you won't make the same mistakes that I made. Now, back to our scholarship. We got all the portfolios yesterday. We got the ones from today. We'll need time to deliberate on them. The fashion show starts about now. I think they need to set up once we all go to the exhibition area now. We'll sit down, look into the portfolio. I can see one of my formers today, Razak, stand up. Stand up, John. Razak won a scholarship at this same Hotel 2018. I need you to check Razak out on social media. Razak is balling now. He also interned with me after he graduated from my school. He's one of the students that I gave scholarship that I'm so proud of. That when I look at how well he has done for himself, my shoulder is always high, like So I always tell them, even your stylists, even the people you are hailing, you are not training them, except, and I don't have to hype about it, but that's the truth. Razak, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.